So the subject of, does your family, friends, other people know you're being gang stalked? No. They will point at mental illness because mental illness is an agenda that the devil, which is God, hard to believe. I've been saying this for all this time on this platform. Like there's this other dude that he's on the platform. He's other another one that'll be like, oh, it's crazy how like me and him have like, but he looks a little like scary. It's funny. Forgive me, like it's not a laughing matter, but his image is very like spooky and oddly he talks about certain things, and I'm like, yo, it's oddly how he kind of knows what I'm talking about, and he's like the only one that I heard from many platforms about he talks about how God is the devil is weird, very weird. I'm like the only person that I know is weird that have been exposed to this stuff, but that's another subject for another day. So I'm not here to battle you on that. Hopefully you find many ways that I'll give you answers. I'm here to help you because I'm going to give you minutes about how does people next door or people you live by, because I've been homeless throughout this whole stuff since I moved to California. LA stalked me so bad that I seen a cop with a map. He had a map, right? He'll go here, he'll go there, he'll go there. So I didn't know all this stuff until I started doing like so much, like writing stuff down, doing all this stuff, and knowing other people's testimonies, and just started relating and point and film. And when I moved away from LA, then I started to notice how expand far this goes. You could follow you any city, town. How is it all possible that when you move to another city or a state, that these people are still stalking you, bro? I moved from the West Coast back to another city state, like far away from there, and it still went on. It has to be, the only explanation I'll give you is possession, and the level of possession is seriously bad. It's so bad that these people, us, we will accept anything that God gives you, because God is very evil. Now, once again, he's showing you that he brags so hard that he has businesses of botanicas. Once again, that's my stance, that people will go buy a botanica and talk to the witch or the dude that's possessed and ask him to do this because that's what they've been promoting this whole time. And he brags about it on the movies, Conjure the Demon, and all this stuff. Where does this information come from? You just got to ask yourself about this. So back to gang stalking. I would say be careful, because I remember years ago, solely bad that I would, I'm here now years later talking about this stuff, because at the time I didn't even have a phone. I didn't have all this stuff that I'm able to speak about, because I would just wanted to wait to make sure I have a stable somewhere like I could go back and forth, because he's also hitting you with the homelessness. He's hitting you with possession through other people to make you broke so you don't speak about this. He wants you to shut the fuck up and die. Basically like that, to many versions. So I'm just going to tell you just to be careful when you talk about people about gang stalking. They don't believe this shit, but they have their own life, and that's a distraction. They have kids. And I will say, man, to many points to them, they're really good people, but it's in their body and in the air you breathe and the food you eat. They're battling finances. It seems that irony how Jesus Christ will explain to you how money is slavery. Without money that he created, trust me, irony of this stuff, that he's gonna give you hints how money would help you, but it also curses you, because without it you can't even walk. You could walk only so far, but you can't go through the highway. You got to pay for everything. How it relates around how God, the devil, has us untuned to his hand because money is slavery. So back to the stalking with the family, right? Family and friends. They don't know what they're doing, because you could talk to them about it, what they believe in. No, they say you're crazy, you're mentally ill, something's wrong with you. And I have been told that, and they call cops on me. And I remember shoving me in the hospital fat, I would just say be careful. You can have video evidence and also to protect yourself, which is always a good thing. But to bring it up, they will have to go to the same steps that you're going through. And you kind of don't want that, because they will not believe it. They would think they're mentally ill. I'll be like, you're not mentally ill. He's trying to possess you, which he already has you in a certain level, but he wants you to the level of suicidal. Suicide is very high and accepted to this world that something happened to him in his life that he killed himself. It is God, the devil, possessing you to a certain matter or a certain way that he'll fool you, depressed so bad and so much with everything that you know, because he's invisible. He's very invisible. He's in your body. He's the food you eat. He's the one you see. I love God. God doesn't love you. And I'm telling you, he's the one deceiving you to make you kill yourself. The saddest part, when Jesus broke it to me, hardly one individual. I'm just trying to point out how it relates everything to God, the world that we see relates to the things. So I would say be careful. So I'm going to give you hopefully 6 minutes or 7. Just be careful, because the first thing they'll do, but like, oh, we're going to call the cops in, we're going to check his head, we're going to do that. And the people that are naturally in the hospitals are good people are also possessed through another version, because the information that they study the human body thinks of mental illness. And they will go through the history of other patients, because I know when I work for the pharmacy, you look at the patient's history and you will say, this dude has something wrong with him. He's hearing voices. He's listening to this. Somebody's telling them that, telling you this, all this extra stuff that they just use against you and against your will at the location. And your family will use the same information they get from other people, because doctors are looked at as God, or God in their body. He's deceiving them to shove you in the hospital till you no longer exist. And that's the truth about it. They want to shut you the fuck up. They're evil, because the information they're getting is wrong. They don't believe in spirits, demons, the devil. They don't believe in that. They go by doctor terms. They want to give you some pills for anxiety. All that stuff comes from God. He's very evil, and he wants you dead to shut you the fuck up about gang stalking. So one love, everybody. I'll give you 7 minutes. Take care.